Yeah, I really need to move this damn light. But yeah, back to what I was saying. Damn, what was I saying though? Oh yeah, I was just saying like when you feel like people are not really hearing your words, sometimes it's best to not even give them no more. And this kind of lately have been this been happening a lot to me lately. And I understand now that's where people get this whole you know they get this whole idea of that they're depressed or they feel like suppressed. I think suppressed is the right term. Depressed is being overused. But yeah, people will suppress you into feeling like, you know, you're doing too much or your ideas are just you just ramble too much, shit like that. And something else I learned it bothers me about people doing that. What's going on, creation? Yeah. But something else that I learned bothers me about that whole idea of that is, you know, I really don't like to use my words all the time anyway. So when I finally do speak on something and people like shut it out, it makes me feel dumb for even speaking on it. And that's not a good feeling for me. Like that's why, like, if y'all remember a while ago when I did a video talking about how to make my vlogs, how to make your vlogs look like movies, the first comment was like a person writing a really long passage, and he was just basically saying, "Oh, all right, Prime, I really love your content, but man, like I'm tired of these same titles." And I said, "Bro, so out of all the shit I just taught you, this is what you took from it. You're more concerned about the title than the actual context of what it is about." I say, "Bro, do you not understand how YouTube and social media work? You know, you have to put titles that make people click. So if I see that a title is working, why the fuck would I not keep doing that? Like common sense. If I have a video to hit 400,000 views off of me putting my title this way, why would I not continue to keep doing that? You know what I'm saying? And it's like, why does that bother y'all to continue to keep seeing it too? That's why I'd be like, it's weird, like trying to, you know, do what works for you, and people could constantly critique you for it. And it's like, bro, if y'all really look at what I'm doing, I'm not asking nobody for their opinion on it. You know what I'm saying? To a certain extent, I ask y'all, but when I drop these videos, I'm not asking if y'all really like the title or not. I don't give a damn if you do. I know you're gonna like the content, and that's really what should be more of the focal point. But I learned it's a lot of people, like I say all the time, people are trying to tear down what you're building. It's like every time I lay a brick down, there's always gonna be somebody reaching their hand in to try to lift the brick back up. So when you understand that that's just how life works, when you are one of those ones that see shit differently, you're gonna continuously run into those type of people. You know what I'm saying? Every time you put down a brick, you just make sure you put down two at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Make them work twice as hard to try to stop you. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of where I'm at. So nothing in life really stops me from getting to wherever I go. Only I can stop myself. Like lately, right? I haven't been dropping as much content. Why is that? Because I personally have not been feeling that motivated. And I think it's because of, just I feel like people are starting to go back into the mode of either overlooking what I'm doing or they're like, I don't know, it's weird. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I don't want to be on no shit where I'm not grateful for what I got going on, but it's like I feel like it's a lot of other shit that I come across that is literally promoting complete bullshit, and it does very well. But it's like when I post real sentimental shit that actually means something to me as a person, when I drop that type of content, I don't feel like people appreciate it as much as the free knowledge I'm giving. So it's like if I gotta lose myself to gain the views, I don't give a fuck about it. And I'm telling y'all this, I'm looking out dead in y'all soul and saying this. Like, if I gotta lose myself to gain a following, I don't give a fuck about doing it. I'm dead ass serious. You can take this whole 28,000 subscribers or whatever. And I'm not saying this to say I don't care about y'all. I care about my people. But what I'm saying is like, if that's what it takes, I gotta constantly give all of my knowledge. I gotta give everything I know for free and shit, just to like make people want care about me and shit. That's not who I am. You know what I'm saying? And that's the real part of being an introvert or a loner, is I'm not afraid to be like put in the space of, where it's only me and I gotta count on myself. That's what I always have did. So it's not really scaring me to like be at the place where I don't have big followings, all this shit. I came from that. So it's like now I'm just in the space of, instead of me taking it personal, I just take accountability of it. So um I just take note of it. That's a better term. I take note instead of taking it personal. So when I see that people care more about this, okay, cool. So I'm gonna just back off posting so much personal shit, and whenever I feel like doing this, I'm gonna just post this, and then it'll make people miss my presence, I guess. But also, I'm gonna also make people pay for my attention in that type of way because the stuff that I'm just giving that should inspire people. A lot of people do enjoy it. I'm not gonna say that 100% of people don't like it, and I'm not trying to come off that way as saying like I don't appreciate y'all either. I appreciate everybody that's even watching this. All five of y'all, four, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Y'all could be doing anything else with y'all time, but y'all decide to be here watching and hear what I got to say. So that right there is enough for me to keep going. I don't need like millions or thousands of views. That's not what I'm saying. But in a sense, it's like um I just I don't know. I made a promise to myself I wouldn't do that. Like I'm not gonna be on here a lot of y'all about certain gear and equipment and just make hella review videos and be the spec guy. Like it's a lot of things that I'm just not. I feel like we got a lot of those YouTubers. I'm just not one of those. To be honest, I'm not even a YouTuber. I'm just Prime ATL, and y'all just are witnessing my life through YouTube. That's the way to proceed my whole channel. Don't ever think that I'm doing shit for certain clicks and views. In a sense, yeah, when it comes to like titling my videos, I'm not really great at it. That's another reason why I just kind of spam the same titles too, because I seen it work and I just kept it going. I didn't like, research like what should I put, you know. Yeah, so it'd be that, bro. I'm just really being true to myself. I'm not trying to be nobody else. That's why I have this tatted. You know what I'm saying? This one-on-one tattoo. I designed this myself too on Canva. That's the crazy part. But I love this tattoo. Not because it's placed right here on my neck, but it's the meaning behind it. To me, it would never be another person like me. And yeah, we might have people that's very similar, stuff like that, but I wait. I remind myself every day that there's only one Prime ATL, and that's why that name on social media and stuff, one Prime ATL. It reminds me of if I want to, nobody else can tell my story the way I would. So I have to like wear that with pride, and also it reminds me of like what my purpose is to establish who I am and what I could give to this world. And shit, eventually I might be one of the people that's put into a history book, or something like that. And I never know. But I'm pretty sure, and that's the thing, I really would love to be able to like, you know, know when people are like, you know, talking about my work or just things, in the world. And I would love to like witness that, but a lot of people do DM me personally and talk about how I either help them become, you know, better with parenting because they're like, damn, I thought when I had a kid, I had to completely stop doing, content. I said, no, just make them a part of your content. But you gotta be very careful with that. It is a sick world. A lot of people are using AI for a lot of weird shit. So I would say if you are a very private person, don't put your kid on here. I am a private person, but I also would be shutting myself out completely from creating content if I didn't want my son in it because he's around me 24/7. So I just am really thankful and blessed that my son is so smart. He's so funny. He just I don't know, man. He's just a character, bro. So it makes it very much easy when he has his own personality, and I don't got to try to make him laugh. I don't got to try to make him funny. Y'all just genuinely like the kid. You know what I'm saying? And everybody who meets my kid does. That's a real blessing to me. Like it's the best thing I could have asked for. To be honest, is a smart kid that also is very like cool. So that's what I have created. And yeah. So if I ever feel like something I create is not good enough, I just think about my kid. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of like where I be at. The reason why I showcase him in the way that I do is not to like be like a YouTube parent or no shit like that. Everything that I put in my films with me and my son is what really be going on. I don't tell him to be a certain way. We don't act. I don't act in my own shit. Like I don't really care for that type of content. I don't like watching TV shows and stuff because even though they call them reality shows, they're not real. So I'm not trying to create no reality type stuff. I'm just showing what happens in real life. I'm showing real life moments. Like me disciplining my son about leaving the bike in the middle of the hallway. That's stuff that I really get on him about all the time. But I thought it would be very important to show people, the full spectrum of like going from having your kid a part of your content and also parenting in the midst of you making the content too. And that's kind of what my last video was about. It was literally um showing my parenting skills also with my creativity, of being a creator at the same time. So I feel like a lot of people, when I keep that series going, there'll be a lot of people tapping in um eventually, but it's something that I'm just not gonna stop, because that's literally my life. And that's basically what I'm doing. I'm just documenting my life on YouTube, but I'm not a YouTuber, if that makes sense. So I know I just said a mouthful, but I had to get it off my chest. And I think y'all could tell I don't talk a lot. So I can once I do. Um, and that, like I said, it come from me just not feeling comfortable talking to certain people in certain spaces. I feel like they instantly shut me out as soon as I start talking about certain shit. And it's like, I don't know, it's not a good feeling. I'm gonna just say that. It feels very weird. Um, yeah, but if you ever get into that mode, always understand this too. You know, the greats don't become great by listening to other people all the time or try to play it safe. So if you have these crazy ass ideas and people are making you feel as if they don't get it, they don't understand it, and that's maybe because they really can't. You know, sometimes that's actually a good thing. Because think about it this way: if you were so easily understood, you'll be easy to manipulate too. Always remember that. Being misunderstood means that people can't figure you out, so they don't know how they could sometimes like handle you. They don't know how to handle you. So that makes people like back away when it's not black and white. Um, it's like not so easy to just understand a person. And I know we all know people that's like we know their full system. Like we know what they're gonna do when they wake up, we know what they're gonna do in the midst of the day, we know what they're gonna do before they go to sleep. And those type of people are very much like easy to manipulate, or sometimes they come over as like pushovers. Um, when you are misunderstood, it literally means that you're unique. You have a perspective that the average eye or person just cannot see or understand. So you gotta like let that shit soak in, and you gotta utilize that to create. Um, for me, I know a lot of these ideas seem crazy as hell to people, right? But look where it got me off me just doing it and not thinking twice about it. Um, like Caesar, he was in here in my last post. I mean, my last YouTube live stream before it cut out. He's there somebody that we had around the same following around this time last year. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna be honest. I feel like he's just as dope as me, but for some reason his page is being slept on, and I think it's because he doesn't post enough. But also his thing is I can't really say because I haven't really watched his content in so long, but I think in his situation, he got to somewhat expose like how he get his content to look so cinematic as well. But I feel like he more so just drops content about certain gear and stuff. Maybe they're like sending him this stuff, and he's just making it to get like brand deals and stuff. But he is actually a Lumex creator. Like he's on the actual team. Like they send him free cameras. Well, let me not speak on that. I don't know. I think that they sent him free gear too, but he's one of the people that was really pissed that, like why the hell they didn't reach out to you yet? I feel like you're literally one, if not the best creator with the Lumex. They picked me up and added me to the team, but they never reached out to you. And I said, bro, I truly don't get it. So we had a full conversation on video chat about it. It was on Google Meet sometime last year talking about this. And yeah, man, it was crazy. So I literally took that shit as ammunition. And like I said, me being misunderstood in the space to where they feel like maybe I don't have the right aesthetic. I got, I look probably too hood and it just all this shit is is what they would assume, because if people hear me talk, that shit'll go out the window. But a lot of times too, it just I get it though. If you have a certain aesthetic and a certain look that you're trying to promote, and it's like throwing me in the midst of it probably would be so off the grid that they'll probably fear that it'll push people away from it. But honestly, I think if you have all ethnicities a part of anything, it makes people feel like it'll make people feel like you are, what I'm saying, like more supportive of everybody, not just a certain crowd. And I think that's really good. You know what I'm saying? You said I have to say you're talented in some things, but when you talk, it's so frustrating because you make your point. You can't make your point get across. Yeah. Like the problem is you over explain everything, just talk regular, man. It's okay. What the fuck are you talking about? I'm literally speaking from a place of passion. So I'm not a person that sits down to write a script and I sit here and plan this shit I'm talking. I'm literally thinking about it as I'm speaking it. And a person who brain has a million things processing at once, that's why you stutter. But I mean, that's okay if you don't understand it. I mean, clearly people have to understand what I'm talking about in other ways. But yeah, it's more so me trying to articulate myself in a way to where people can understand it. And when I speak, I try to speak to people from low to big. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, I mean, I probably am over explaining, but like I say that all the time, I do catch myself rambling, so that I respect that advice. But to say that people don't understand it, no, you just don't understand it. I don't think I would have 20,000, 28,000 subscribers of people who don't get nothing I'm saying. That's just stupid to say that. Um, so well, brother, you're living in the low when you're talking. Like you gotta just say what you say and stop over explaining. It's very frustrating to listen to. So let me ask you this: why are you still here listening if it's so frustrating? You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I'm coming from a place of what I'm feeling. So this ain't about me trying to teach or anything like that. I'm more so just expressing myself. So however that is what you're gonna get. But I feel like why are you still here if it's frustrating you so bad? That makes no sense at all. If some shit is pissing me off, I'm gonna get the hell on. It's just plain and simple. I just had to make my point across, you feel me, before I unsubscribe. But yeah, do that, please. Block. Actually, block me. I prefer people like you to just stay the hell away from me anyway. That right there is just weird. So go find something else to do with your time. I guarantee if I click on your shit, you ain't got shit going on. You just in here like on some, like I said earlier, people you try to, as you trying to build something up, you got people that's trying to tear it down. This is a perfect example that he's a prime example of what not to be. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I respect his opinion as far as feeling like I over explain, but it's like if you understand where I'm coming from, I'm just trying to, I'm giving analogies, so I'm breaking shit down. So it's not like it's not very straight to the point, and I'm more so getting my point across. So that's why I be talking that way. But yeah, I get it. I got a lot of things on my page, on Instagram, YouTube. Um, I'm not getting offended by it. Like I said, I'm just calling it how I see it, and it's me. I'm not really, I feel like it was a way to come off to where it's more so like criticism. You try to like be on some like slick bullshit, like, and you know it. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, it's frustrating. So why are you in here, bro? And you still coming right now? I thought you unsubscribed. Like, why are you still here? You know what I'm saying? And I don't give a fuck what you saying you got going on as far as your Instagram and all that shit. Like, that's cool. But I'm talking about like real life shit. You know what I'm saying? Like this Instagram and all this YouTube shit, this don't define who I am. You know what I'm saying? At all. And that's why I just was saying this. Like people like you is the reason why a lot of time I don't say shit. Cause when I do, it be shit like this. Oh, it's always trying to critique everything I'm saying, like just weird. Um, it's not now it's a victim mentality. All right, bro. All right, bro. So I guess yeah, that's what it is, bro. Whatever you say, you right. Like you said, you got shit going on, but I thought you was going to hit unsubscribe. That's what I really thought you was going to go do. You feel me? So, like I said, I'm not everybody else. Y'all used to people articulating themselves, trying to sound a certain way, trying to be, use all this weird terminology and sound a certain way and shit. That ain't me. I'm gonna talk how I talk. Whoever don't like it, shit, they ain't got to, and that shit ain't gonna change for nobody. So and like I said, there ain't no victim mentality. I mean, you the one that came off with the weird shit out of nowhere. I'm sitting here trying to explain, like, help people who probably be in the same space. So it's kind of hard trying to think what other people think about and how. So I'll be trying to break this shit down. Yeah, like you know what I'm saying? So people be weird. You say a weird terminology and you sound, bro, please get the fuck off my channel, bro. Like on some real shit. Like, please just go somewhere else. Like I don't understand what your point is still being here if you feel like you so frustrated. Now you frustrated me. You know what I'm saying? By still saying shit to me. Cause I feel like you just waste your time here at this point. I'm gonna just ignore you because you ain't nobody to me. So it is what it is. I respect what you said to a certain extent, but outside of that, you just talking bullshit now. So whatever. They say you gotta come at him better though. No, he can come out he want to. I feel like at the end of the day, shit, we grown, we all adults. So I'm not gonna tell somebody how to come at me, but don't be acting like a certain way when you get the reaction that when you finally get a reaction to what you try to do. You said it a certain way. So I'm just like, I'm not stupid. I could tell when people are coming from a place of support or they're just trying to like be an asshole or just you slid throughout some bullshit. You know that. You feel me? You said this why you would not get far your creativity journey. Well, make sure you screenshot this, screenshot my views, screenshot all my shit, and make sure you stand on that. I promise you for a fact, ain't shit stopping for me. I promise you that. So now you or anybody else can get in the way of that, and I promise you that. So If that's what your angle is, now you trying to tell me, oh, I'm not gonna go far. Please get the fuck off my page. And I'm gonna tell you straight like that. Like you're weird. I would never get in somebody's live and tell them they're not gonna go far. Like that's weird shit to me. Like, why are you even watching a person like that? That's weird. But that shit don't bother me because I understand. Said thank you for the camera angles on kind of ghetto. I can't even believe y'all watched that. I truly was so uncomfortable filming that shit, man. Cause I don't really like that type of content. I don't like filming like a lot of ratchet shit. Especially to that extent where they just arguing and going back and forth all day. I don't really like that. You feel me? That shit be weird. So it was fun, but when they started getting like super over dramatic and all that shit, I'm just like, yeah, this ain't my type of like content. That's why I didn't really post it. I did end up sharing it on my story, and yeah, it said, "Good, I'll come back in a couple years. Hopefully, you're the Gucci Mane of this saturated space." Man, I'm not about to do camera reviews. That's why I know you ain't tapped in for real. So for you to be subscribed and you talking about of camera reviews, when the last time you see me do a damn camera review? I don't talk camera shit, bro. Like I'm not that guy that talks about cameras all day. I talk about what you can do with this shit and where it can get you. I don't know if you checked out my Instagram and shit. Go really do some research. Matter of fact, just Google my name. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't work with a lot of people off of being this way. The way I talk, all this shit got me into a lot of shit. So, yeah, you need to take your own advice. And yeah, when you talking about you're not gonna go nowhere with that mentality you got, you definitely ain't gonna grow at all. Because if anybody know to be in a space of growing or shit like that, you gotta, you know what I'm saying, be open minded. You are very closed minded, and you feel like a person got to be a certain way or it's just not good. You feel what I'm saying? Um, he say, anyway, primes what field monitor do you have and why'd you pick it up? So I have the Hollyland. Let me take it off. So I have the Hollyland. Let me take this shit off for y'all to see. It's the Hollyland Mars M1. So this is the monitor that I have right here. So this is the monitor that I use. So it's a wireless transmitter too. So this right here, you can get it for like $400. I think, well, $450 to be exact. But this one that I use, you can literally view yourself when you walk away from your camera. I think they say you can go up to, I don't know the distance. Let me look it up. I don't want to lie to y'all about that. Let me see what's the range on it. But it does really well when you walk away from your camera and shit like that. So let me see the Hollyland. I know they got a new one that they just dropped, but it's not a monitor. It's a wireless transmitter. Let's see, video transmitter. All right, bet. Let's see. Honestly, this is the best monitor I have like experimented with, especially from Hollyland. Like they got really good mics. Yeah, I know I use the little wireless mics all the time. So let's see. It say that the range is you get like 450 feet, and that's pretty good if you vlogging yourself. So yeah, you get like 450 feet. The Hollyland Mars M1. I'm gonna type it down here in the chat. So this is the monitor that I use to record myself. It's also it allows you to screen record your camera settings too. Mars M1. Yeah, so that's the name of the monitor that I use. It's really good for so yeah, this is what I be using right here. This is very efficient. A lot of time when y'all see me posting my story and y'all see like the actual camera settings where it show the ISO, it show my shutter angle, it show like my everything, it show every detail that I see on my camera screen. You can screen record that, and this does great for people that's doing like reviews, or if you're trying to like show people your process and they wonder like what ISO you shot at, they can literally see proof that you shot at this and that ISO. So it's really dope. You know what I'm saying? This is literally the best monitor that I own. I do have the Atomos Ninja. I don't use that for nothing. Like I truly don't like it. I feel like it's really heavy and it's pointless. It's like it's so much weight, but it doesn't really like. I don't know. I feel like I would prefer a free world, no, not free world. It's field world monitor over that because those are very light, and then they have like the ultra bright ones, which means when it's super bright outside, You don't got to worry about, squinting your eyes to see detail. You definitely want to make sure you have an ultra bright monitor for sure. That shit will change your whole cinematography in the daytime. Um, but yeah, man, I'm really loving this monitor the most though. I probably should buy a second one. I'm not gonna lie, because when I have like somebody do BTS, they could literally screen record from it too, and it's just good to double up on certain gear. I think this might be one of those that I double up on for real. As far as like the cameras and stuff, I feel like a lot of people have been talking about the Lumets S1H2. I think, is it the two? S1R? No, it's not S1H yet. It's the S1R2 and all of this. I truly don't. I mean, I know they shoot 8K, then they do 4K 120, all of that stuff. But I really think with my computer already being as slow as it is for the stuff I'm already filming, I don't think I need to add nothing else. Say when you shoot with the settings on, does it export the way you edit? What you mean by that? I'm kind of confused on that question. Yeah, my computer would blow up if I did 8K in it. I think that's like really pushing it. I think I'm gonna end up purchasing I'm gonna end up getting another S5 too, just because I truly love the quality of it. I think it's very like easy to work with. And yeah, I think it will literally make my workflow even better because having two of these and having somebody be able to capture me working with my main camera, it would be really dope. So instead of me buying the S1R2 and all of that, I'm gonna just go for the S or the S5 too, the regular. So no S1, 2, X. Is that a thing? It's like, does it record the way that you get the final clip, or you can remove it in post or something? So see that this is why I wish it was a way to show y'all. Um, yeah, you kind of you can though. I think if you're asking like you can't remove the settings off of the screen in post unless you're zooming in. But what you could do is you could just hide everything on your screen, on your camera screen, and then it will literally, what I'm saying, give you a clean feed. So you know how you have the display button on your camera, it takes everything off of your screen here. It will literally take it off of here too. So it really mirrors whatever your camera is doing. So that's what I'm saying. If you wanted to, like, perfect example for your video when you did the review or you did the breakdown at the gas station, you could literally show yourself filming the scenes in real time with the camera settings and all that on it. And as you're explaining it, people will be more like into it because it's like, damn, I actually see that these was the settings this person used to film this versus, I could really film something at 4,000 ISO. I'm like, yeah, I shot this at 320. But it's like when they really see it in real time, like they see it recording, the time is, adding up and all of that, it just more convincing of, what you're really doing. So I feel like that's why I tapped into it. And I used to use this little transmitter called the Act Soon. I forgot what it is now. I bought this shit years ago, like 5 years ago. But that's what I used before this. But this is just great because it's a monitor and it's a wireless transmitter at the same time. So once you plug in your HDMI, it literally sends a feed from the camera to this, and then you use the Wi-Fi to send the feed from this to your phone. So it's like a triangle. So it goes from the camera to the monitor and from the monitor to your phone. And when you walk away from it, you can literally still see yourself as you are, filming. You can see your settings. You can make sure it's recording. It gives you false color. You can add Luts into this, and you can view it on your app. It's a lot, bro. It's a lot of stuff. So I definitely would recommend getting this. It's only $450. But I promise y'all, if you are literally filming yourself, this is going to change your whole system. It's going to make everything so much easier, and you're going to feel more confident about leaving your camera across the street and all that because you get to literally see where you're framed at and all of this stuff. I feel like if you are literally like running and gunning with just the camera by itself with no monitor to see where you're at in the frame, that's insane work. That's why I personally feel like vlogging is hard for people because they're not able to see the final look as they're doing it. So this gives you the perks of that. And can you adjust your settings too? You can adjust settings in here, but you can't change your camera settings if that makes sense. from it. So when you have the phone, it's literally just letting you view whatever you got your camera set to. So only thing I need to figure out is there a way to make this record like on my camera? Like if it's plugged into my camera, is there a certain way I can make my camera settings and stuff change? But I just I don't think it's possible. But for me, that's not really a deal breaker. It is a little bit more tedious to have to run to the camera, hit record, and then when you're done filming, go back and hit stop recording. But that's the only thing, I make sure all my settings and stuff is right. And then if it doesn't seem right, I just go to hopefully it's still working. But yeah, if it don't seem right when I'm looking at it on my app, then I just go over and change it. And yeah, but that's why I don't be afraid to walk away from my camera as much because I literally see myself. And yeah, of course, somebody can be on some weird shit and want to walk up and snatch my camera on some weird shit, but I don't I don't be too concerned about that, to be honest. And like I say all the time, you want to be careful about when you film anyway. If you feel like you're around some sketchy ass people, don't even set your camera up and start recording. Cause most of the time people get interested in what you got going on, and sometimes it ain't always good interaction, People just trying to size you up and see how much your equipment costs and shit. And I know y'all get that a lot. People ask me all the time, like, damn, how much your camera costs, this and that. And I'd be like, I don't even want to tell them. Come like, why are you worried about the cost of it? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a weird ass question. Just ask what the camera is and you go do your own research. Don't ask me how much my whole setup costs. Cause to me, that sounds like you trying to size me up to see if you want to steal it or not. To me personally. Like if I ask you like, damn, how much your camera costs? And knowing me, my shit is like close to $5,000 total. If I tell you that, it gives you a green light, like, oh yeah, this shit worth something. Like now I'm gonna plot on if I want to rob you for it or not. So for me, I don't like telling people how much I pay for shit. I'm like, man, it's a little, this shit look fancy. It's a little cheap setup. It ain't nothing too crazy. And when you talk like that, it make people feel like it's not even worth it. You know what I'm saying? Some motherfuckers just that down bad. They don't care if it's worth $10. They want to take it anyway. But hopefully I'll run into those type of people. But yeah, don't be telling people how much you pay for your stuff either. Just let them assume or whatever. But I like to downplay shit. Um, so that way I ain't gotta get myself into nothing. And like I said, if I feel like people are sitting around just kind of like ain't got shit better to do, nah, I'll tell them how much I paid. I remember. I'm just not. I remember also that I don't need to tell you exactly how much. So I'm just gonna tell you like, this is like this some little, this shit ain't that expensive like you think. You feel me? Like shit cheap. Like, and when you kind of talk like that, it's like, man, it's some little bullshit. It just look fancy. Like they be like, oh, okay, yeah, bro. I know folks who got that red. You feel me? So yeah, for sure. Shout out to Drew, man. You in Atlanta as well. That's what's up. Stay ready so you don't got to get ready. Nah, for sure. I stay on go, so I don't gotta get ready for real. But just being in Atlanta, man, this is a city of finesse. It's a city of people trying to scam and get over on shit. I'm very familiar with people trying to like butter you up and goddamn size you up at the same time. Like, I just don't be feeding into certain shit. I could tell when a person is like asking things on it for different reasons. You could just feel it. You know what I'm saying? So I be to the point where I just like to find spaces where I'm by myself. If people start coming over and asking, do I shoot video? Now this pisses me off. Um, if you see me with a full rig, do not walk up and ask me, do I shoot videos? I think that's the dumbest question to me. Like, I feel like if you literally see me with a tripod, you see me, you know what I'm saying, literally in the process of shooting a vlog, you gonna come over and ask me, do I shoot videos? Now, something that I learned I need to start saying is no, because this might sound crazy, but when you say yeah, you open yourself up to conversation and you also like open yourself up to having your time wasted too. Because a lot of people are just it's kind of like a icebreaker thing to create conversation. So if people don't know how to approach you, they'll use that to like be the reason why I came to speak to you. So oh, do you shoot videos? And I'd be like, nah, I don't. You feel me? Yeah. Say, nah, bro, that just casual conversation. Nah, that's not true, bro. It's not true. And I'm telling you this, I've been doing this 8 years now. So when if I can count on my hand, I can count on my hand how many people have literally booked me from coming over and asked, do I shoot videos? Um, and most of the time, yeah, it'll lead to like people following me on Instagram and stuff. And I kind of don't be liking to do that no more either. Cause people feel nowadays they feel like you're obligated to like follow them back just because y'all swap, you gave me your Instagram, they're like, oh, I just follow you, follow me back. But it's like, why though? I don't you just came to me you came over here to me and you're interrupting what I'm doing, and you want me to follow you back, all this stuff, and it's like I'm like, I don't even know what you're about. I don't know anything about you. You literally see what I'm on. So it's like I have to, follow you back and then go see what you got going on. And a lot of times people just be, regular people, which is cool. But it's like I don't like following people just for the hell of it. That's not where I'm at. I like shit that inspires me or pushes me to like be more creative. So when it comes to that, or if I know you really personally, I will follow you just for the hell of it. But yeah, just to be following every single person that I encounter is crazy. It's like kind of like I'm just, I don't know, it's like desperate for friends or some shit, and that's not where I'm at. I'm really introverted. Like I don't really got you like people are calling my phone right now. Y'all don't even see me pick it up and care about it. Like I don't be that person that wants to talk all the time to people and shit like that. So it just really depends. When I be out vlogging, bro, I'm not going out in the world looking for interaction. I'm really just creating my content. So when people ask me, do you shoot videos? And it's like I'm in the middle of filming my video, it just distracts me from what I'm doing. And then most of the time it leads to nothing, which means I'm either not going to probably follow you back because when I click on your page, you posting like sometimes people be posting pictures with them holding guns and all type of weird shit that I don't care to entertain anyway. But it's like I'm supposed to follow you back just because that's the nice thing to do. I'm not doing that, bro. I'm just not. And I don't care how that comes off. Cause when I give people my Instagram, I don't even expect them to hit follow. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be honest. I just let you see what I'm doing. Since you want to know if I shoot videos, go check out my work. But I'm literally in the middle of working right now. You know what I'm saying? So it is a way to start conversation, but I think it's much better when people are on some like, hey, well, I do this, we should, it's like it's actually leading to something. Sometimes people are just nosy. They just want to see what you got going on. And then, like I said, most of the time it'll lead to them asking how much your camera setup is and all of that shit. And then it makes me uncomfortable because it's like, why you need to know that? So I don't know. But that's just me. I'm going off my personal interactions. I be in a lot of different spaces. I filmed a lot of hood shit at one point. I broke myself out of doing that. So it's like being in a lot of different settings, you really start to understand why people do shit. And I never really feel like it's genuinely people trying to book you or shit like that. They might think about it, but then when I tell them my price, they out the window anyway. So it's like, all right, so that was a waste of my time. You stopped me from vlogging to just get a follower, I guess, but and that didn't happen either. So it was just a pointless interaction. So and yeah, I'm just being very transparent about it because that's just how I be. And like I said, it'd be some people that come up and they approach me, and I'd be like, "Damn, that was really dope. This person reached out because they actually got something going on." But some people are just bored and just be out like they go out to meet people and shit. I don't, you know what I'm saying? And I know that might sound crazy, but I tell y'all all the time, like even when I go to the gym, I don't purposely take my camera because people start doing the most when they see I'm recording with this expensive setup. For a dude to start shadow boxing through the whole gym, and I didn't even know that's what people go to the gym to do. I'm not bringing my camera no more. Like you just ruined that for me. You know what I'm saying? Like now I'm scared to bring my camera because now it turns into a show and tell or a talent show for other people because now they feel like, oh shit, I don't know who this is, but he got a nice setup. He got to have a big following or something, and people will say shit like that. So that's why I'm not speaking from a place of me just trying to like come up with these ideas of what people are doing, but people literally say, "Oh yeah, bro, I see this person. Like I already know they're fish. They got the tripod. They got this. They got to have a lot going on." And it's like, okay, so that's how y'all think. When y'all see somebody with a big setup, y'all think that they have a big following and shit. That's kind of how that adds up to people. So I already be knowing what it is. I didn't even tell y'all this in New Orleans. I had a weird situation happen. Um, and this was one of the reasons why I just never really cared to go there either. But yeah, so I was out there filming at like 10 a.m. in the morning. And tell me why this weird ass car pulled up with three guys in it. They had the windows tinted like crazy, but then the guy in the back seat had his window all the way down, and they just pulled right up to where I was at, vlogging myself, and just slammed on brakes and stopped and stared at me and shit. And being from Atlanta, I already know what that meant. They was thinking about robbing me, but they thought too long about it and seeing that there was other people around, and the shit was weird, bro. They really was thinking about robbing me. I'm not stupid. So it's one of those situations where I mean I thank God it didn't go to that, but Yeah, it was very obvious. Cause that was just that's very strange. Just imagine you filming yourself and your back is, they pulling up behind you. When you turn around, a car slams on brakes. The person in the back seat is laying like this, just staring at me like this. I'm talking about death stare, no smile, no nothing. They ain't say shit. They ain't say, hey bro, what you working on? They ain't say shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not stupid. I already knew what that meant. You know what I'm saying? Like they really was like plotting on if they wanted to rob me for my camera and shit at 10 a.m. So that was like, bro, that's why like certain places that people be telling me, oh, you should go and film here, this and that. I'm not from a lot of these places, so it's like I don't know. I learned it's actually more risky just going to different states and just doing the shit I be doing because here I know where I'm at. I know where not to go. But when I go to a new state, a new city, I don't know what's. I mean, I know what the hood feel like. I could tell when I'm in it, but I don't know if like how people are about certain shit. If that makes sense. So here, when people see with your camera, this shit is normal. But when you go to a state where people don't just walk around vlogging themselves, it's like you feel me? It brings a different type of attention, and it's like some people get offended by it. Like, damn, you're not from here, so why the fuck you out here? It's weird, but I mean, being around shit, like I said, I just hear people's perspective that have been on the opposite side of what I'm on, and I know how they think. So when they pulled up on that, this shit was weird, bro. It was very awkward. Um, I didn't run or no shit like that. I gave him the same look he gave me because I mean, shit. At that point, what am I supposed to do? If you was gonna get out and do what you was gonna do, you was gonna do it regardless. So when he hopped out, well, they didn't even hop out. But when they pulled up, shit, I'm looking at him the same way. Like, was I supposed to be scared or some shit? Like, I mean, I don't know. I just grabbed my shit and I started walking off, with my tripod and all this shit. And they could have still like waited for me to go down the alley where I was to get back to the car and shit. Or, I could have just been paranoid, but I just feel like that's a very weird way to like pull up on somebody when they're in the midst of like filming and you're literally behind them too. So it's like literally when I heard the car like stop, I turned and then this person got the window down looking dead at me in my soul. Like I'm like, what the fuck is they on? Like I was looking like kind of confused, and it's like I'm looking at him the same way he looking at me. Like what we like what's up? You know what I'm saying? But I was just like, all right, let me get the hell on for this shit, go to something else. But I was just like, let me just go. But I just grabbed my shit. I just politely walked back. And yeah, and just being honest though, this why you gotta be mindful of like how other people think, and that's why it helps you a lot. Because I could tell you what they probably did to like be able to like just be on some we gonna pull up and start with this person, that type shit. They had to already see me filming, spent the block, and then they knew for certain that they was gonna pull up. But the difference is they just ain't try to rob and shit when they did it. Or they could, and the thing is too, I was like, maybe they was pulling up and they planned on stopping there anyway, and I just so happened to be right in the spot. But it was just weird to have three people in the car, that people in the front seat like this, but the person in the back seat is laying across. He's laying across the seat with his feet towards the door, with the window down. You feel what I'm saying? And like all the way down. So I'm just like, what the fuck is this? I never seen no shit like that. So I was just kind of confused. But it was very strange. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so I mean, my dad been telling me this though. You know what I'm saying? That's why like my event, that's why I have security for the real shit I'm doing. And a lot of people know who I am, but it's a lot of people that don't too. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a super big following to where everybody know me by face and shit. Or, it could have been just a situation of they could have thought I was somebody that they didn't like or some shit like that. And when they saw it wasn't me, when they saw I wasn't that person, they kind of just, just like, oh, that ain't even who we thought it was. Cause I do have lots. A lot of people have their hair like this. Especially when I was in New Orleans, I saw this hairstyle a lot. So they could have mistaken me for somebody else too on some logical shit, but it was only two options. They mistake me for somebody else, or they was planning on robbing and they just didn't do it. So, uh, yeah. But that's why like when they go to places where people are known for being thrown off, crazy, all that shit, just people into like all that type of stuff, I stay away from it. You feel me? I definitely just don't be going to different states and stuff. Now a place that I truly look forward to going back to is Vegas. I really love being out there. I love the scenery. stuff like that. But it was the same way for me too with vlogging. I actually started my whole career out there for real. I didn't know anything about cameras until I moved to Vegas, and you know, B Simone. I mean, I said B Simone. What the fuck am I talking about? But now B Nicole, she stays in Vegas, and she know for a fact these places I'm about to say is very rough. North Las Vegas gets pretty ratchet. I tell y'all all the time. I don't know why any place that have a Martin Luther King, those streets are always really rough. That's a place that you don't want to be. Fremont is a very nice vintage, aesthetically like pleasing place, but it's very dangerous at night too. They got a lot of alleyways, a lot of bombs, a lot of low life shit going on. And it's crazy because people do the most hot shit right there on Fremont, and it's like the police precinct is literally a walking distance from the strip. So if you get locked up, they technically don't even got to put you in the car. They can literally just walk you to the jail. So I just find it crazy. But a city like that where people are just truly, you know, they don't mind losing themselves, you gotta really be careful too. People go to Vegas to, have the experience of what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, right? So a lot of tourists set themselves up when they come there to get sloppy drunk. And I've seen this shit happen several times where, people be out of their minds and it's like, bro, you literally are easy lit right now. Like you are so drunk, you don't even know what's going on around you. And a lot of tourists come out there and get like that. And a lot of these people that be from the city and stuff, they can literally set you up. But Vegas was a place that I never really felt uncomfortable being at. Now, LA, they a different breed, bro. I definitely do not like LA like that. Um, and it's only because like the gang culture shit is so strong and like so serious out there. It'll get annoying. Like if I'm wearing a certain color, I have to be mindful of that in certain areas as I'm out. Or people like literally try to press you about that shit. Like that right there is annoying to me. I don't view those type of places as a vacation to me. If I got to be on all tens, I mean, you should be on all tens at all time. But yeah, if you gotta like look over your shoulder everywhere you go, that's not a vacation to me. And I don't choose places that I feel like I'm going to go into it with that mindset. And honestly, New Orleans was a place that somebody had just told me a week before I went they would love to see me filming in New Orleans. And honestly, I can say it was the best. It has some of the best aesthetics for the stuff that I like. Like I love real urban stuff. I love, you know, um, I like seeing shit in the hood areas and stuff like that too. I'm not gonna lie, but it's just the people that makes it uncomfortable for me sometimes. But I think a lot of the most beautiful places are in the trenches, but people be afraid to go there, and that's why I personally am comfortable with. I know that because I grew up around it, but I wasn't always around that shit my whole life. But it's like I see the beauty in a lot of these things because I grew up in it too. And that's kind of like why I go a certain way about creating content and shit in these places because people overlook a lot of these places because they see the people that's in it, but they don't see the beauty that's really in it though. And that's kind of why I changed my perspective to that. But yeah, it said, bro, you should rate other people music that sound like a fun idea. Remember, Monkey Man 17 give you the idea. All right, man. Yeah. So I was gonna do like review, like reactions and stuff at one point when that was like really going. And I ain't gonna lie, like before my own YouTube channel started blowing up off this whole creative like stuff, doing videos and shit. I was like, maybe I'm one of those people that be great at reacting. Cause yeah, it's nothing to like. I don't know. I always got to come back for stuff like really quick. So watch me on that. It'll be insane. Like some of the stuff I would say, especially when I'm coming across like trash music. Yeah, but that is funny. Though. I did think about that at one point. I don't know if I would do it now though, but that is a great idea. Um, Let me go back to let me see from the dirt up. He said, "Man, folks don't be afraid of police these days. We had a murder across the street from the police station here. Nah, for sure. Um, the bonnets is crazy. When I talked about that, bro, that went up on my page, and that's funny, bro. But yeah, the men in bonnets is insane work to me. I think that's like weird, but um, yeah, the bonnet boys, I don't want nothing to do with that. I would not be a part of it. I don't even like my woman to walk around with bonnets. Yeah, it just looks very like I don't know. I try not to say shit where it seems judgmental, but you got to judge that. It's one of the things you just can't avoid. It looks very ratchet. It looks very lazy to me. It looks very like whatever. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, the Bunny Boys, I'm not fucking with it like at all. I'm not feeling it. Um, yeah, I literally have blocked anybody I've seen with bonnets from the dirt up. I have not seen you on Instagram since you admitted that you do wear bonnets. That's because you got blocked. It just happens, bro. It happens to the worst of us, not the best of us. It happens to the worst of us, bro. Yeah. So yeah, that's why you probably haven't seen my content. You got blocked for the bonnet. But yeah, they said, "Yep, North is crazy. Fremont is dope, but I don't shoot there at night." Now, Fremont at night is the best time for me to shoot because I just love how the city is illuminated. At night, got so much different lights and these big, over animated signs and stuff. That's why Vegas is so beautiful to me. And honestly, that's the reason why I want to go back, is because I want to like see how I would be, how my content would be at night there. You know what I'm saying? uh Especially the S5 too. If I'm shooting shit here where it's not that much lighting at 320, I can only imagine. He said, "Yeah, you blocked me. I know it's cool." I ain't block you, man. But he said, "I keep mine on in the house. I get it to each their own." Nah, yeah, it's just to me, what you do in your house, cool. You want to wear a bundle in the house is cool, but once you start coming to my goddamn basketball, you come to the basketball court with it on, and you think you're supposed to run with the guys. Like you want to actually get picked up, and they starting to pick these people up too. I see at least one or two bunnies every time I go to the basketball court now, and yeah, you feel me? Shit is crazy. So I truly like if there's only five people like that, if there's only four other players I need, saying to pick up my 5-on-5, I'm gonna literally just say we cool running with just these four. I'll do 4-on-5. I can't play with nobody with a bunny. That's how serious it is to me. Like I would literally play two different like positions on the basketball team just so I don't have to, play with this person with a bunny. I'll play center and point guard probably. But I'm cool with these four people that is actually like grown men. Um, yeah, I'll play with them. But once you got a bunny on, I just can't do nothing with you. I can't even do business with you. That's just where I'm at. So um see, like from the dirt up, he's kind of getting a pass because like he revealed he had the bunny months after, what I'm saying, I got cool with him on YouTube. So it's like now that I know you got a bunny, I just lost a lot of respect. But still, still fuck with you, you know what I'm saying? You still my guy, you still cool. But it's just like we can't be, it's only so much, it's only so much I can give to you, you know what I'm saying? I can only be so cool with you because of that. You know what I'm saying? I'm afraid if we got them, it's like, hey, bro, let's go hoop. You might be the one that pull up with a bunny. Now I have to like be, you get what I'm trying to say. Y'all get what I'm saying without saying it. So that's just where I'm at with it. It happens to the worst of us. Like I said, happens to the worst of us, not the best of us. That's an asshole statement. But nah, man, the bunny shit is getting out of hand though. Like I said, the bunny boys. I was gonna start just documenting people as I catch with the bonnets, but you know, and the crazy thing is, some of these people are built very masculine. You know what I'm saying? They built very macho, but you have a bonnet on, so it just kind of throws that out the window. Imagine seeing The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, instead of throwing the goddamn, the elbow pad off or whatever, he has a bunny and he throws that off. Would that really hit the same? It would not. You feel what I'm saying? So it would literally take away masculinity ASAP. You see The Rock, one of the swollest people you probably have ever seen with a bunny. You're no longer afraid of him. I don't care how big he is, Um, the Bunny Boys is hilarious. That is a great vlog idea. But yeah, man, shit. I ain't gonna lie, man. I feel yeah. So this live stream definitely went left field. But I don't be surprised by that. I actually be appreciated when people like say, I guess what they call hateful shit. I don't really think that he was being hateful, it was just being you know, people just like to give their input, and sometimes they gotta be the opposite of what everybody else is. So for me, I can't be mad at shit like that because I don't expect 100% of the people to like what I'm doing. If so, that means I'm being fake as hell because I'm being a people pleaser at that point, and I'm not doing this shit to please people. I'm doing it to please myself. So when people come off that way, I try not to take it personal, but it's more so the tone and it's the way that people say shit. Like I give constructive criticism, so I damn sure can take it. But it's just like when you trying to be disrespectful, then it's like, understand I'm a man at the end of the day. I don't allow disrespect. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to when you getting disrespectful, now you trying to talk to me a certain way, like you testing my actual like intelligence and my manhood, and it's like I don't gotta necessarily react in no weird way or no shit like that. That's not what I'm saying. Like I want to hurt them or nothing. Like it ain't that. It's just more so, it's a way to go about shit. And I know this for a fact because I used to be a hothead and I used to like just spaz out and just say shit. But I be more collected and calm because I don't got shit to prove to people. And that's kind of what I was just explaining to him. Like, and I want the only reason why I usually would ignore those type of comments, but a lot of time I feel like if I'm the person that only respond to good shit, it kind of is just as fake as a person that only says what everybody want to hear too. I want y'all to see like, really how my brain processes everything. And some people probably feel the same way, or that probably could have made y'all perspective change on certain shit by me reacting to it. But that was really the only reason why. Usually I just about, yeah, you on some weird shit. But it just, it also just taught me too. People could dislike you and still admire what you do. They can still love what you got going on, but they really are hateful towards you as a person though. And that shit is weird as fuck to me. If I don't like you as a person, I don't want to see shit you got going on. I just think that's weird. Like, so that shit like that helps me understand how to be with people more. It's like I don't expect everybody to be positive in my life, but I don't like people that portray that they're positive but really negative. Those are the scariest people to me. That's like snake shit. I don't, like snakes are my least favorite animal because of that. They blend in very well in any situation. So snakes are like the scariest things to me because I'm not scared of them no more, but people being a snake is like the most dangerous thing because they get, sometimes your biggest haters come in the form of as a supporter, and they're really not. That's what he tried to revert it to. Now I'm being a victim, and I'm not trying to get back into this, but I'm just trying to break down like how my brain processed it and why I reacted the way I did. Um, it's more so like people, because I think of it like this. Um, that could be a person that could come to my event, shake my hand, act like they really like what I'm doing, but the whole time you have like some type of resentment or some shit towards me. You don't like how I talk and shit. And then that interaction could have been very much different in person though. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Like that type of shit, you gotta stay away from me with that. Because that could have led, and if you would have said that the same way to me in person, this shit could have went completely different. You know what I'm saying? And it's like that's why I'm just like, you gotta be mindful of that. What's going on with football? But yeah, it's not saying like I would do anything to them, but it's like you don't know where people are at mentally to like say certain shit to people and the way you say it. So for me, I always start with respect first until you give me a reason to not respect you. But I never disrespect people. It's a difference. If I don't like something you're doing, I just kind of stay away from you. I don't like go into your shit and be like, hey, bro, I don't like what you're doing, bro. Like that's like trying to be noticed to me. And also I gotta realize too, for some people, this is a way of getting their shit up. Like this is a way of getting a reaction or getting people to go check out their page. Cause I guarantee you, some people only be hateful because they feel like they benefit from being that way. If you think I'm bullshit, and when you go to like comments, when y'all see the most like comment, most of the time it's like negative stuff. It's not really always positive. It's like people are benefiting off of being bad people on social media because that's the space that we are allowed to be in. You could be in a dark space and it does great on social media. But when it comes to real life, that shit might get you into something that you can't get out of. And that's why I don't treat people bad just because it's social media and shit. I just think they're still real people, so just treat everybody with respect. That's it. It's sad, man. For real, it's insane. They tell you why I won't get views and why I should have shot a certain way, but I look at their page and they got nothing going on crazy work. For sure. Insane work. Stupid work. I'll just say that it's stupid work. You're literally trying to like tell the person how to do something that clearly is working for them. If I didn't know how to articulate myself or talk that well, I don't think I would have that many subscribers because a lot of people be like, I just can't, I can't get into the way he talks. And a lot of people probably do feel that way, because honestly, I have a video at almost 400,000. So I should have easily have 100K subscribers. But like I said, I'm doing this shit for the people that can relate to me. I'm not trying to please everybody, if that makes sense. Yeah. So it say, yo, brother, I needed some advice on being a YouTuber. what is it that you are trying to do? And I can give you some quick advice. You say Nicole, even if they don't have something going on, still ain't no excuse in my opinion. No, for sure. But it's like it just I don't know, bro. It's just insane. And like I said, it was what killed me was the I'm going to unsubscribe, but kept talking to me. It's like now I'm the victim or I'm the villain because I'm starting to respond to what you said. It's like I get hit with that a lot. You know, when people say, "Oh, I'm over," overly, this and that, and but I'm one of those people. I don't fuck with people because I don't like to be fucked with. So when I get into a mode, if you don't piss me off, you really deserve it because I don't just go around. Y'all can't name one time I bullied or I went to go bother anybody. I don't be on that type of shit. So something that I always hated growing up is bully people or people who think that they can bully some shit. I like to go right at those type of people. So I looked at it like if I don't be the person that speak up to him, he'll probably go to somebody else who is not as outspoken and you know good with handling that type of interaction, and you'll try to like tear them down, and that shit probably will work for them. But when he said, "Oh, you're not gonna grow," you got me fucked all the way up, like all the way up, like bro, it's like what you're seeing right now is the bare minimum of me trying with this shit. So if I really wanted to drop hella, I could drop like probably 5 tutorials in a month, and my YouTube subscriber will go out this world. But it's like I'm not like once again, I'm not trying to please people and give what they want all day. You know what I'm saying? It got to be a mix of both. If I want to help people, they got to help me too. Straight like that. If this shit ain't mutual, I'm not doing it. So yeah, to say those type of words, that's like real hateful shit to me. Like it went from a constructive criticism to now I'm not gonna grow or be anything with this shit. Man, you got me fucked all the way up. Like, and I'm not saying this as I just know for a fact. I just know myself. And anytime anybody ever try to count me out in life, they literally just counted themselves out of being a part of whatever I got going on. Because once this shit hit the fan, it's not gonna stop. You know what I'm saying? And that's what's been going on. Shit, I gain 100 subscribers a day. So what the fuck are you talking about? People ain't liking what I'm doing. Why I'm constantly growing without me even posting. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, bro, just chill out. But like I said, I appreciate him for giving that perspective because I know it be people that watch me that don't like me, and especially for Reddit, bro. If I show y'all my Reddit comments, y'all be like, ain't no way in the hell they saying this to you, Prime. Like this shit don't even make sense. People tell me my work is trash. They say, bro, this shit suck. This ain't no real movie. What the hell you talking about? Like, bro, they be going crazy. Like, I'm gonna read some of these comments. I just want y'all to understand, like, it's not always peaches and cream. It's not always, people being supportive of what I'm doing, but I still don't let that shit stop me because honestly, the only thing that can stop me is myself. You said now you offer free drone service and you just blocked me, bro, just because the bunny. See, you had a bonnet on though. See, that's personal shit to me. Like once you wear a bonnet, bro, this shit I can't do business with you, so it's only personal now. So if the business is off the table, then it's only left to be personal. And I personally just don't like bonnets, so I can't be around a person that has a bonnet. So it just I want to do business. It just the business couldn't be done because how you are presenting yourself. But to each his own. To each, it is what it is. The man bunny thing, I just can't tap into it. I told any women, I've dealt with, when you come around me, if we going out, please take the bunny shit off. If not, just take me off. Just take me off completely. Take me out of your phone. Block me, whatever you can do, and yeah, that'll work. But yeah, I'm gonna go to this Reddit, man. I think this would be kind of interesting to read some of these comments. I recently took this shit off my phone because like people just they be weird, bro. Like they on Reddit, they intentionally try to just nitpick and just say whatever. But a lot of these people be like Nicole said, they don't have work to show, and I just be finding it funny. But all right, you said, yo, bro, what's your inspiration and what inspired you to start a channel? So to be all the way transparent, I started this channel like 14 years ago. That's the crazy part, right? I had this channel for so long, but I started making content in 2016. Literally had no subscribers until 2016. Um, and what inspired me was when I went to Vegas, I was doing music videos at the time. And well, no. When I moved to Vegas, can y'all still hear me? I know it's wait, I'm gonna just talk anyway. I moved to Vegas. I didn't have nobody that could film my content for me. I literally was brand new out there. Only knew my girlfriend at the time and her people. So when I moved to Vegas, the I decided I could pay $500 this one time and get a video shot by somebody I don't know, or I can make an investment and just get a camera and learn how to do this shit myself. So me being a person that always knew how to make I used to make MySpace pages for people and get paid to do it in middle school. My dad used to have friends that used to want to be rappers and shit. I knew how to put, you know, I kind of knew a little bit of code in this shit in middle school when I think about it. Shit crazy. But yeah, to get back to the point though, I just decided to do everything myself. And that was the best decision I made. It went from me buying the camera to shoot my own music videos to me just feeling like, okay, I'm gonna just start documenting my life. So that's the crazy part. In 2016, I already was doing what I'm doing now. It just now people are starting to catch on to it. So that's the thing. But I started taking YouTube really serious and like really trying to grow with it as of the end of 2030, the end of 2023. So this is like all of these subscribers have came within the last year and a half. You know what I'm saying? That's the crazy part. So my advice to you is whatever you're trying to do, just do it until you start to figure out what people like about it and then take note of what they don't like. And when you create content, I want you to do it from a place of passion. Don't do it from a place of like trying to get certain amount of money and shit like that. You feel me? It's never too late. It's never the right time either to do anything in life because, like I said, we're not promised to be here tomorrow. So if you feel like, oh, I'm going to start tomorrow, like that's your mindset. Guess what? You're gonna keep saying I'm gonna do things tomorrow, tomorrow, tomorrow until you don't have it tomorrow. So practice doing everything today. So if you want to start your YouTube channel, like start making content today for it. And honestly, something that I had to realize what makes me unique is not necessarily my work, it's who I am as a person. My personality explains my content, if that makes sense. So when you see me, you hear me talk, you see my content, it translates very well. So when people feel like you're genuinely who you are showcasing, they feel more comfortable like tapping into you. So like I said, I might not be for everybody, and that's cool. I'm not trying to be. So when people like start to nitpick with you or shit like that, don't take it too personal because you might allow this person to trick you out your position off of make you seem as people don't like the way you are, but they're just one person. Now when you have everybody saying something negative, then you got something to work on. Like they said, several people are saying the same shit, then it's true. But if you have these little random spurts where one or two people want to say like little shit here and there, it could come from a place of jealousy. It can come from a place of shit, they inspiring or it didn't work for them. So I'm gonna just say it's not gonna work for you, and that's what it is. You feel me? So straight like that. And I hopefully I didn't make that too confusing, but I be trying to give y'all real advice. So I'll be speaking from a real place. And that's why I was just mentioning. I don't sit here and write down these ideas and shit. I don't even write down nothing for my own content. So my ideas are very sporadic. They're very all over the place, but they're very good ideas. That's why they work. So hopefully y'all did understand what I was saying for real, and y'all take note from it. But yeah, whatever you're trying to do, always remember too, it's never too late as far as age too. I know a lot of us probably up in the age. I act like I'm up in the age mentally. That's because of wisdom, but yeah, some I told my dad this, right? He still be on some shit where he like, man, back in the days, if I would have took the music stuff serious, I could have been a lot of places. I could have been this and that. I'm like, bro, who said you still can't? Think about it now. If you are a 50-year-old guy that can make beats better than these young dudes, like it's actually more entertaining now because you are up in the age bracket where it's non-existent. So if you're up in the age, like from the dirt up, and just look at the name from the dirt. It sounds old as dirt. I'll just play. Let me stop playing. But it's one of those things where it's like age is literally it only shows how it's a reflection of how long you've been here. It doesn't show who you are in a sense, if that make any sense at all. Um Age just comes with experience. And no, age doesn't come with experience. Wisdom gives you experience, you know what I'm saying? And for me, I feel like if you are at a place where you can give a different logic because of your age, then you should literally tap into that industry or whatever it is because um you literally are going to be light years ahead of the younger people that's trying to do it because you don't been around longer. You've seen the ups and downs of something, so your intellect or your point of view is going to be a lot more insightful, I would say. So that's why, like, when I talk to like YNs and shit like that, I don't feel uncomfortable as a lot of people would, because I kind of still aesthetically dress and feel like a young nigga, but I don't call myself that. I don't really like the term young nigga. I don't like that. But to them, I'm just speaking of outside looking in. They probably think I'm a young nigga because of the way I dress and I carry myself sometimes. But when I open my mouth up and I speak, they're like, oh yeah, he's not really like us at all. But they respect it because it shows that you could be, to a lot of people, they'll probably think I'm like, I wouldn't say nerdy. I don't feel like I come off that way. But when I start talking this camera shit, it does get to that point. So I be wanting my son or any other young guys that could want to be a YN and shit. Like, it's cool to be smart too. You know what I'm saying? It's actually cooler to be smart instead of street and shit. Because a lot of people are street smart, and they actually could translate that to be very book smart, but they just don't see the benefit of it. So I try to like create that bridge in between where it's cool to be a mix of both. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of like what I showcase in my content too. That's why I say there's beauty in the trenches. I know a lot of people that is probably the most talented people I ever met, and they are in poverty or they have been in like really rough places, but they'll never get the spotlight because they don't shine the spotlight on it. You know what I'm saying? And me understanding that, I just have a different perspective with my content, and that's why I don't try to shy away from what has made me who I am, pretty much. And like I said, I didn't always stay in the trenches and shit my whole life, but I always been around it. So having cousins that be in it all the time and just kind of seeing what they go through. I seen my cousin get bullied growing up. It's a lot of things that shape me to who I am and why I have a purpose for what I do. So that's why, like, bullying shit, it triggers me a lot because I literally watched my closest relative be bullied a lot growing up and used to just get jumped every day after school for no reason. Shit like that used to really set me on fire. Like, used to really piss me off. You know what I'm saying? So that's why when I feel like anybody has a bully mentality, I feel like I gotta like stand up immediately. So that's why that situation, and I wouldn't say bullying because you're not gonna bully me through no damn, you're not gonna bully me, period. But the bullying through the comments is crazy, but it kind of reminds me of how people just assume a certain thing. And they just start attacking you because they think you're not capable of certain shit or whatever. And my cousin used to go through that, so that's why, like, when I have this I got this one movie that I wanted to do based on that. And yeah, I wanted to have this person that was outsider type shit, and he basically got pushed into the life that they was living, because if he didn't, he was going to continue to be bullied. And my cousin, he literally went from just being one of the silliest, goofiest people to one of the most savage. And it really, like, it broke me a little bit because he had to lose himself just to gain respect. And I see that happen to a lot of young men in our society. um, and that shit is weird, bro. That people will literally bully you for not being a certain way until you become that, and then you overly become that, and it leads to jail and all of this shit. And he really ruined his life off of just trying to be accepted, and that shit is weird, bro. But I understand it though, and that's the first time I could ever say I understand somebody being cold or a certain way, because his whole life, he used to get bullied outside of his house, and then when you go home, he get bullied by his parents too. So just imagine that type of lifestyle. Like, you getting bullied by people that you are supposedly, friends and stuff with. They just jump you because whatever, they just feel like doing it. And then when you go in the house, you also bullied as well. Like, just imagine how would your life be if you was in that type of situation? Like, so just seeing who he is today, I don't blame him for nothing that he's doing. I do feel like he could take it and do something positive with it, but I also can't judge because I understand, like, the type of pressure that could be. So that shit deep. But yeah, that's one of those situations where it just it really, I don't know, it also just helps me understand, like, certain things I have to teach my son. Like, I feel like, protecting yourself is very important, especially in this day and age. These kids getting younger and younger and carrying guns and shit. Like, it's scary out here, bro. I'll tell y'all that right now. That's why I don't really shoot music videos in the trenches and stuff too much, because it's not the same, bro. I don't like being around that shit. I don't even like to be around people that got, ops. I don't like to be around people that got bullshit going on. I just like to create, you know what I'm saying? That's it. Uh I ain't trying to create drama. I ain't trying to create goddamn yeah, I'm not trying to create bad energy. I'm not trying to do any of that. Or sometime too, and this is something y'all gotta be mindful of as well. Just because you film the content for somebody doesn't mean you didn't actually play like you didn't add to whatever they got going on. And I had to realize that shit. So if a person is a rapper that wants to look demonic and shit, and I'm out here filming it, and I do a really great job at making people be exactly what they're trying to be, guess what I just did? I just kind of gave them ammunition to keep being that way. So I can't be a hypocrite and film certain stuff. And it's like if they're pushing a certain narrative and I'm completely against it, on a moral level, I shouldn't, just because I'm getting paid from it, I shouldn't accept it. That's kind of like why I haven't been shooting videos so much. I'm kind of to the point where I'll take the financial cut just because I'm standing on principle. Um, if you are the person that need to have guns and shit everywhere, you feel me? I'm not going to like be a part of that shit. I don't care to be around people that feel the need to like point guns at the camera and shit. That shit not happening to me no more. You feel me? Um, yeah, so it's like, boy, like, and I can tell y'all, it's some people that I shot a video for, and I literally didn't. I could tell that it pushed them to like go into a dark mode because I have literally highlighted them as this savage looking person, and that's not even who they are. But now people have really liked this aesthetic and shit for them because I do a great job at that, like creating suspenseful like type of shit. But when you had the lyrics already like portraying one thing and then the video matches it, it kind of convinces people that that's who you really are. So I I don't feel good doing that type of shit no more. And that's why I kind of stopped. Like if I do music videos, they gotta be fun, they gotta be like storyline based. And I'm not saying that you can't have like somewhat like violence in it, like as far as like if it's telling the story, that's different. Like if it's telling your story, I'm cool with that. But if it's like I'm trying to look tough or I'm trying to look crazy and psycho and shit, I don't want no part of that. I'm great on that. I'm not good on it, I'm great on it. You say, do I need to switch my lens on my GX85 to make it a little more cinematic? What lens do you got? They say you can always learn something. I got experience, but I'm learning cameras and photography. I didn't grow up doing this. God told me to do this. I was in my 30s when I started to learn any of this. That's what's up. Thank you for bringing that up. I enjoyed the videos with your son. I thought that was dope. Folks don't get to see the real people being a dad. No, for sure. And it's crazy, man. So I didn't realize like how powerful the content with me and my son would be until I had like some people like, bro, I'm actually ready to have a kid because I watch your content and this is how I picture me and my kid making content. I never saw myself doing that, but it's really dope to see how you are as a dad and stuff, and it makes me like more confident about becoming a dad as a creator and stuff. So I get a lot of like powerful DMs, bro, and it be shit that like really made me be like, wow, sometimes. But yeah, I truly be fascinated by like the impact that my stuff is making when I'm just truly just freestyling it. I'm not like thinking too deep about it. But I think once you're a person that always is very like, you know, expressive through your work, you don't really gotta say shit. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's kind of where I'm at with it. I just have mastered the art of expressing what I feel without saying anything. And that's why I don't talk a lot in my vlogs because I kind of feel like it will spoil like the surprise in a sense. Um yeah. B Nicole said with that skill set, we literally have to control what we put out in the world. Exactly. So what I want to start doing too is like, the place that I'm having the event is going to be um they actually teach kids how to film, do podcasts, do clothes. Shout out to the Impact Center, the Trenches Global Impact Center. Shout out to my boy Armand Richard. If y'all don't know Richard, I mean, let me say that right. So I want to give a little backstory on him. I don't know a lot about his background, but I do know he's doing something that I'm very proud to like be a part of. And he literally hosted something every single week where kids can come and learn how to film for free. They could come and learn how to make clothes because he actually is a fashion designer. He designs his own clothes. he makes the clothes from scratch. Like he teaches the kids how to sew on the sewing machines. He also has a way of teaching them to do their own podcast. He basically giving them the tools so they can't have the excuse of saying that, oh, I don't have nowhere to go, or a lot of kids don't have parents that can afford this equipment and shit, but you have a place where you can come and do this every week. And that shit is not being highlighted enough. But I'm gonna post that video I did on my YouTube. Actually, when I get off of this shit, you know what? I'm gonna post it right now. I'm gonna post it while we talking. But yeah, I put together like this little campaign video for him. And he had got like so many great responses off of it. And this is something that I did for free, but it's like when people have a real purpose for what they doing, I don't feel the need to charge people all the time. You know what I'm saying? It was like, and that's why, like, I guess it kind of seems like a trade-off because he offered me to use his venue whenever I want to host my content creator parties or whatever, or the creative cookouts. I'm gonna change it to that. I think that's very dope. But yeah, I just think that's really dope when you got people that's on the same accord. Like he's trying to push to help the younger crowd and stuff and get them an outlet. And I more so want to show them that it's ways to make it out off of just being yourself and also just being creative. But yeah, it's crazy, man. But let me go back to Gamble question. He said the lens came with the 12 to 32 standard. If you wanted to look more cinematic, you want to try to purchase anything that have a low f-stop. So if I were you, I would recommend getting an F. Anything under 2.8, I would not go over 2.8. But if you can go down to like f1.7, I think for Panasonic lenses, they like to for the Micro Four Thirds, a lot of lenses be 1.8 or 1.7. If you can go to that and you just try to keep that number as low as possible and just add ND filters to turn down the brightness, it'll instantly look cinematic. You know what I'm saying? If you for any of y'all, if y'all really need to learn how to film and stuff like that, I do offer one-on-one courses. That should be in the link down below. But if not, just go to some of my past live edit streams and y'all can really see the link for that. And yeah, we can chop it up on Google Meet, whatever. I'll literally walk y'all through how to film. You can ask whatever you need. You can book it by the hour, but yeah, it definitely helps. But yeah, Celeste, was at work, missed out on this setup. It's insane. I actually got this from Amazon. That's the crazy thing. This Hustle light. This is one of my favorite pieces in my space now. And this is in my bedroom too. You know what I'm saying? So I want to move the camera around to let y'all see the setup, like move it back, but I think it's definitely going to disconnect and y'all gonna be mad at me. So that's why I kind of left it here. I do have my my DM work for certain things. You know what I'm saying? I'm very selective with my DMs. I'm kind of bougie with my DMs. I ain't gonna lie. Like I don't just check everything. You feel me? If I do, if I kind of read, like I hate to, people reach out and I don't know. It's like they'll like blow you up. Like, damn, bro, I've been DMing a lot, and then when they get your DM, when you finally DM back, it's not really leading to nothing. Just like, okay, yeah. I ain't got no bunnies in here, man. I kind of got somewhat of a bunny. It's a more masculine one. It's a dread cap. You know what I'm saying? Oh, this look even better, like zoomed out. Oh, damn. Wow. 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 Um, and it's crazy too. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. This how you know I care about my YouTube channel a lot. Yesterday, bro, this is the first time I literally could not even touch my computer and edit. My son, bro, I don't know what I'm doing to this kid, but this kid has unlimited energy, bro. He does not get tired. Don't get tired. He don't take naps no more. He got his own room now. So that's the reason why I moved everything in here. I was on some shit where my son. Is that him? Oh no, that ain't him. I got excited for a minute. It's crazy. It's like I be feeling like I be needing a break for my son sometimes. Not like on a series of like, oh, he's too much, but it's like he literally don't give me any space. Like, and I think that's a great thing when you have your kids so like obsessed with you, because that means like you literally just make them so happy or whatever. But he literally doesn't allow me to work. And I told him yesterday, I said, look, man, look, I gotta get work done. I told him, this how I make money. This how I'm paying for stuff for your room. I said, you want a Batman room, right? So I gotta pay for this stuff. I gotta work. But he said, "Why you gotta work? Like, why you gotta work?" You feel me? So, Bunnies and all right, I'm gonna block out the I'm gonna not look at the comments. Like, I don't know what y'all got going on. I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it. But yeah, I'm gonna that's insane, bro. We going to men wearing bunnies to now bunnies and thongs. And I'm like, hey, who the fuck said that? Oh, always said bunnies and thongs. I didn't even see that from the dirt said that shit. Stop playing, man. And I'm just sitting here just rambling, not paying attention. Yeah, we ain't got no thongs in here, man. If so, they ain't mine. Oh God. We ain't doing that one. But yeah, and that's the thing too. I don't know how people do wrestling because they be wearing like the little thongs and shit. Um, yeah, I can't wrestle and I'm not finna grab any grown ass man with a thong on. I don't see the benefit of that. Um, Personally, like I'm gonna tell you this one I really looked at wrestling kind of weird. For Rikishi, his signature move is to shake his ass on people's face in a thong in a big ass granny panty. I'm good on that. I stopped watching wrestling as soon as I saw his big ass like a part of it. It's insane. Yeah, and people who said that was their favorite wrestler, like Rikishi, it just told me exactly what type of person he was. I couldn't be friends with you. You know what I'm saying? And if y'all did like Rikishi, you know what I'm saying, just go ahead and admit it so I can block. I think this would be the perfect time. And I told y'all back in the days I used to do what I call block parties. And yeah, if people just kind of said shit I didn't like, they kind of like people I didn't like, or they just had profile pictures, shit like that. I used to just block them. It's a very healthy way of just getting people out the way. Um, Before you even give them a chance. I think it just kind of eliminates potential bullshit, I probably blocked some really good people, but they just didn't have their profile set up the right way, so they got blocked. Um, yeah. Yeah, not what do you mean by we saw me? You know what the hell I meant, bro. But it's y'all insane, bro. I don't have time for this shit. You know what I meant by that, bro. I'm not no like not literal term. Like is it no, I'm not even about to say that out loud. But yeah, when I just saw this guy doing this, and then it's like as a Samoan, like this is y'all culture. Like you really not putting on for y'all people. Like now it's like for me, people are probably think I'm scared of Samoans when it comes to fighting and stuff. But it's like I see what y'all signature move is. You know what I'm saying? Y'all signature move, yeah, like it just I don't agree with it. No, it just and it's crazy because I'm just kind of curious of where he got his aesthetic, like his style and aesthetic from. Are you like, I know they do sumo wrestling, but that's like more so in like in the Asian culture and stuff. But it's like the shaking your ass on somebody's head is a signature move, and I never forget, bro. My cousin used to make me so mad, bro, because we used to play wrestling, and he's always play with him because he used to irritate me, and then he'll do that signature move, and then I just like throw my controller, and I'm done with it. Cause I'm like, bro, why are you picking him just to do this? Like, you're weird, bro. Like, but yeah, wrestling that was like one of my favorite games to play growing up. We used to have every single one. Man, my favorite character was Brock Lesnar though. Brock Lesnar, I used to like Goldberg. But yeah, but doing that signature move as a grown ass man is just insane work. It's something that I'm not signing up for. Definitely not on purpose. But yeah. Y'all funny as hell, bro. Yeah. Mister, how did we get here? Yeah, I really don't know. I think that's a great question. Everybody can't be the bad at. See, I don't even want to. Let's not even say anything with the word ass in it. After the whole Rikishi thing been brought up, it's just inappropriate now. I have literally got caught in 4K. Just not having my mind in the gutter, but it kind of like set me up for failure just then. So yeah, I'm gonna just go ahead and end it there. I think the Rikishi situation is you know, it's getting out of hand for sure. Way out of hand. It went way further than I thought. I was just kind of setting an example out of the situation, but it just ain't it. Just like the creative space, everybody can't shoot the same. I really don't know what that pertaining to at this point. I think it's kind of yeah, I don't know. It just seems like everything seems inappropriate now. I don't know. Maybe I kind of messed this up by bringing that name up, but like I don't. Like, what do you mean by that? Like I'm kind of confused now. Just like the creative space, everybody can't shoot the same. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't trust him because you're the one that said the bunnies and thongs thing. So, um, yeah, yeah, I get it now. You back to normal. So I just had to make sure you wasn't still like going to left field because not a few comments ago you just literally said I wear bunnies and I use a pocket too. So I guess I'm sassy. And then before that, literally said, and I'm pissed off I didn't truly read this. Maybe because once I seen bunnies, I just like programmed myself to block it out. But you said, yeah, you said bedroom full of bunnies and thongs. Stop playing, bro. It's okay. And I didn't know that's what was going on. I literally, got set up for failure just then. So, bro, I going out. He's like, bro, I go in and out. Stay up, bro. Hold on. See, yeah, we're gonna just leave it at that. I think the next topic we can get on is anything but this. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and switch it. I don't really like how that comment was just put together. So yeah, I'm kind of lost for words right now. Y'all can see that. But yeah, man, y'all are crazy, man. I would say that. Like these comments get really crazy. So yeah, that's a great question. Let's switch off of this. So what I got for my light, I'm gonna zoom it in for y'all to see. This is the G300. Let me take this shit off. Yeah, I'm glad somebody saved me. Appreciate that, Nicole, because I didn't know how to like get off of this topic completely. It's like I needed something else to like, yeah. But yeah, this is the Molus G300. Damn, this shit look like a YouTube video right now. But yeah, this is what I use, and y'all see is at 2%. You can click the button and make this shit go up brighter. Go to 40, click it again, go to 60. If you're trying to go to heaven, just turn it up to 100. You know what I'm saying? For some people, let me not say what I'm about to say. That's pretty dark. But I was gonna say for some people, it's the closest they'll probably get to heaven is turning this up at 100%. But yeah, hopefully not. You know what I'm saying? Be a good person, man. It takes you a long way. But yeah, this shit is crazy. And then I could change the they sent me this shit for free. Let me stop playing, man. But they sent me this like for free. How much y'all think this costs? You know what I'm saying? They sent me this shit and they honestly didn't even ask me to make a video on it. That shit funny, bro. But yeah, man, this is the Molus. Now, this light right here was, I think, close to like, oh, let me see. I don't like being a person just saying something. Let me go check it out. Let me see the Molus. They actually sent me two lights. Now, the one light they wanted me to do a review on, I didn't like it. So this light right here is $600. They sent me this for free, which is insane work. Yeah, that's really insane. Wow. Yeah, so this was a $600 light. As y'all can see, it's really nice. It's even better when you don't pay for it. But a lot of people would be like, "Yeah, man, I bought this light." No, the hell I didn't. This was sent to me for free. I'm not afraid to say that. I actually feel great letting y'all know what I got for free, so y'all can see it's possible. All you gotta do is create content, bro, and shit like this will start happening. I just got hit up by Field World again too. But yeah, I yeah, 600 USD for sure. If you look it up, and yeah, it said Lee, she is. It's more like Shaq. See, it's yeah, I don't know. I think from the dirt, it's getting very personal. I was, but yeah, so that's the light that I'm using. As far as the spotlight attachment, I showed y'all it's from Small Rig. I think I paid like $120 for it. It comes in this case right here. You can literally zoom it in. You can make the spotlight focus a lot more. It's not like it don't give you that super clean like circle effect. You know what I'm saying? Like my other spotlight attachment does, like a Fresnel. I think that's what you call it, attachment. But yeah, that works. Be back in 30 minutes. Yeah, I don't even understand why I'm here this long. That we talked a lot. Um, yeah, I might be getting off soon just because I should have been editing while my son was at the zoo. But what I will do is I want to live stream later and actually be working. You know what I'm saying? Say, yo, serious question. Do you think you can make the same quality with lesser gear? Oh, for sure. But the GH5, I just filmed majority of my content in New Orleans with it. I shot a whole like if you go back to my live tab, you can see like those last few live stream videos is mostly all GH5 videos, you know. So that content was filmed with that because I took two cameras and my S5 II, my HDMI port doesn't really work no more. So it forced me to use another camera. But all right, Celestia, have a great day. Yeah, I most likely will go live again tonight for sure. I want y'all to see how the setup look at night. So yeah, I'll definitely go live tonight and let y'all see. Um, I just was thinking like right now what I should be doing. But yeah. But you say don't run to the board, my guy. Y'all funny, man. But yeah, damn, man, I need to eat too, man. I be so caught up in this crib shit. I be forgetting to eat food, but I think once I get these next few vlogs dropped, I need to go ahead and drop another Green Box episode. I need to get that series going for real for somebody else to take the idea. Um, I don't know what it is, bro. And I mean, well, I do know what it is. I'm so like I can't multitask very well. I tell y'all this all the time. So it's like when my son demanding so much of my attention, it's hard for me to like stay away from that. I gotta really find balance in that. But it's like, you know, I get it though. I get why he's the way that he is. So I, I be sympathetic of it because of that. But at the same time, I still gotta be a parent. You gotta make money, bro. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say if y'all can buy the Luts. If you already have bought the Luts, buy them again and again and again. So that way I can have more time to play with my kid. But outside of that, I gotta work, man. And I told him I was like, I gotta work, bro. He's like, why? But why? I'm like, and it's like that's a great thing. Like you at the place in life where you don't even understand what work is. Like it's like, why do you even gotta do that? But he is only 4 years old. I tell people all the time he's 4 years old, going on 18. That's what I true honestly feels about him. He's way too smart, way too advanced. But yeah, he actually does like trying to help me with my work, but he doesn't really help. He's just like smacking buttons on my computer. So it's a difference. Um, yeah, but once he get to the mode, he can really help me edit and help me film and shit. Oh yeah, we're gonna be a great team. He does take my pictures though. Like that is my photographer. So lately any of my BTS and stuff like that, that's my camera guy. Yeah. And he's the cheapest one to work with. I literally pay him nothing but attention. So I just gotta pay attention to him. That's my way of paying him. So it's literally the cheapest cameraman I can get. Um, Also, yeah, he's a funny guy. So I definitely recommend, if y'all got kids, man, it's just cool to let them be a part of what you got going on. The hardest thing is trying to like create content and not have your kids a part of it. That's like damn near impossible for me. It is impossible actually. Like I will only be able to film when my son is asleep. And I used to do that, and that's when my content wasn't that great because it's not who I am. Like I actually enjoy being a dad for real. Y'all could tell. Like, so why try to keep the kids out of it if that's like really what brings life to you or whatever you're doing? That's what pushes you more into your purpose. So that's the only reason why I started like putting my kid in my videos is because he actually motivates me to keep doing it. So it's more so yeah. But yeah, that's more so like what my drive and energy comes from. Let me say I use a cheaper light. It was like $40. I never knew how to say this name. It's a Newer, I think, but it say um I wonder would my stuff be better if I use a more expensive gear like the Lumens you're talking about in the Sassy Pocket 2. I think that's crazy. But yeah, man, I think it's more so about just mastering the basics for real. And with a camera like that, of course, it's gonna be some type of limitation because it doesn't have a sensor that's really as good as a real camera, but Now the Pocket 3 is talking about something, like, the quality on that is really good, but it's not still I wouldn't pick that over an actual camera though, you know? It just really depends on what type of content you're doing, but most importantly, like I tell people every time we go live is focus on the storytelling, and when you if you think I'm lying, think about, um, you know, like the Kanye West, documentary. I didn't really watch the full thing. I never finished any movie or whatever that I start. But what I took from that is on a creative level is people are okay with seeing stuff that's not shot that well as long as it plays like a certain it has to like add to the story. So if you break people out of watching it for the quality and just the context of it, they're more prone to like sticking around and growing with you. Cause I guarantee you right now, is somebody who shoots all their content with a phone that has a way bigger following than me. And I know for a fact my content is like the quality of it's probably blowing their content out the water. But what's the reason why people are watching it? And you want me to be honest, this might sound crazy, but people can relate to regular footage because they see it every day on their phone. So when they see it, it kind of resonates with them and they feel more like it's more like it's easier to like obtain that type of aesthetic versus somebody like me. They can be intimidated after seeing my content. Like, think about it. When you type in cinematic vlogs, a lot of people have phones. They see my content and they can be like, wow, this is like what I want my shit to look like. But they can also make them feel like they're not good enough too. So it's weird, but it's on a psychological level. This is how I perceive everything. Like, I remember when I saw certain people's content, like YC Imaging, Creator Ryan, all these people when I first started, I used to be like, damn, I can't wait till my music videos look as good as that. Now I'm at the place where I don't perceive it that way because now I either make content just as good or better than what they're doing. And it's not to compare, it's just more so just paying homage and just being honest with the level of cinematography that I'm at, you know. So I think that's kind of like where it really stems from. It just you got to really understand like what is it that you really want people to like take from your content. Is it really the quality? If so, then just up the quality. If you care more about people like what you're doing and like actually interacting, then you need to focus more on storytelling. But overall, storytelling is going to be the main factor to getting people to finish watching your videos. Because if there's no story to tell, they don't know what they're watching. If you think of bullshit, how many videos have y'all clicked on and you actually stuck around because the story instantly locked you in versus you clicked on something that looked aesthetically pleasing, but you clicked out of it because you don't feel anything. And just like it's a lot of B-roll and just random shots that have no story to it. I'm one of those people. I click out when I don't feel like I can relate to what I'm watching or it's not moving me in any type of way. I do that with music. I do that with videos. So when I listen to music, if the lyrics and shit is not really hitting the spot for me, it's not really triggering any like positive thoughts, or it's not. I don't feel any emotion at all from it. I can't listen to it. You know what I'm saying? Um, and the same goes for videos. If I watch your videos and it don't have like, I mean, of course, at this point, quality is important to me, but it's not everything. Um, yeah, You know what? I would try, but I just didn't want to mess up the live stream. But I'll try it for sure. So, and I can trust using her video because she does, using copyright music just like I do copyright free music. I would say, but yeah, let me just go ahead and bring her up real quick. Um, let me see. Yeah, so all right, I'm gonna pull this up. All right, y'all can see this ain't streaming, right? All right, so she said, based on my last video, any tips on better storytelling? All right, so I did watch this completely. It was only a few notes that I feel would be better, and I'm gonna watch it first, and then I'm gonna go back. And I see your subscriber going up a lot. You about to be at 1,000. Congrats to you. It's like a millennial, uh, short attention span. Nah, I don't even think it's that. Yeah. I was just about to say, how the hell did you do that? That was really dope. So, there's a few notes I got here. So this right here, masterpiece. Like this shot right here set the whole tone. Um, only thing for me is I feel like the music selection doesn't really match the mood that much, and you should have cut the music out when you get more into dialogue. So that way it doesn't feel like it's a poem or it's like whatever. It's like the music is just to ease them into the actual dialogue. So once you start talking, you need it faded out, or it could have transitioned to something that matched the aesthetic. So if you're in a place of like, you stranded, the music should make me feel that too. Like it feels a little too jolly. Um, and yeah. So the text on the side was perfect. I truly feel like this is a great thumbnail. People who don't even know who you are is gonna click this and they already know what type of level you on like cinematography wise just off of this alone. Like I know this is a person that's taking this shit serious when I see this. Um, so I like that. The next thing was just I don't see anything wrong with the audio. The audio was great. I think the audio was great. I think the storytelling you show you like even though things happen in life, you just gonna keep pushing through it anyway. You still creating your content in the process of that. The fall machine was really dope. That was creative as hell to do that. I was literally about to ask you how the hell did you do that? Because I didn't peep it myself. And that's because you had the camera angle way over here when it was. uh, so that's amazing right there. That was like brilliant. Um, only thing I would say is, and I was gonna say that to you too. I don't know how tall your tripod is, but sometimes it's good to get higher angles of yourself too. It adds a different variation. Like I feel like a lot of your shots are they have very similar like points of view. So it's like a lot of it be eye level too much. Um, so sometimes you got to get like, and I you did do it in some of these shots here, like you show like your feet and stuff like that, but a lot of it is eye level. I tell people all the time, you see things the way that you normally see it, it's not going to fascinate you as much as something like, how can I put it? Like when you see like a fish eye lens, the reason why that shit catches your interest is because you don't see life that way. But when you see things the way that you normally see it, it doesn't like wow you as much. The reason why this open the shot hit is because who the hell can see the desert from this point of view as a person? Nobody, right? So it naturally makes you go like, wow, when you see it because it's like, damn, that's how that looks from up there. But that's kind of the trick of, mastering the art of cinematography is really getting people to see things how you want them to see it. But yeah, this is a great. I think the Yeah, I really don't have no bad notes on it. I feel like the creativity is there. Like I said, I would just work on getting different camera angles, and something that I would probably invest into if I was you is a C stand. And I think you already got one, but if you would have did like a top down shot, um, like at some point this could have added to it, and really I would have probably went into. Well, nah, I think walking up the street is not a bad idea. Um, it looks good with the text in here too. So yeah, I really have no complaints. It was just those like small notes. Just cut the music out when you get into the dialogue, and then you could transition into a different like sound because now the car broke down, so it should feel we should feel that as we watching it. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't still feel like it's a good thing, you know, if that makes sense. Cause the music made me feel like it's not a traumatic situation. It feel like yeah, like basically like this normal. That's kind of how the music made me feel about it. But you kind of like, damn, what am I supposed to do for 3 hours? And then the music could go back positive when you decide I'm just gonna push through anyway. You get what I'm saying? So it's like sound design and music actually enhances the story, or it can literally hinder it, or it can, you know, it can kind of take away from it. So you got to be very like mindful of that. But yeah, that's all I got to say about it. I think it's dope overall though. You know what I'm saying? So great job on that. You said stream was a nice touch to me. You know, you said the Steam was a nice touch to me. Nicole C. Prime, we could have that shot. Yeah, I don't really like certified drone pilots. I just think that's too serious for me. There's people that, you know, care too much, you know, by doing it the right way. Y'all know me, I break rules. So once he said he was certified with the drone, I kind of instantly like blocked him out. Cause it's like I don't know. It's just you too serious with it, bro. It's like I need somebody that's just doing it for fun. You know what I'm saying? Like that's kind of what I'm looking for. It's like once you get into approved or like certified, I potentially got to pay you. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, that's kind of what it is, man. I just playing, but nah, I truly don't be knowing what I would need drone footage for though. You feel what I'm saying? No, until they get defined. I don't have a drone. I mean, my drone is broke. I have it right here. You know what I'm saying? So let me go back. This is my drone right here. So I was in the drone field. You know, I know what I'm doing. So so yeah, this is my drone right here. I had the Air 2S. This is still one of the best drones that I ever had. So but it's broke. My gimbal, if I turn it on, let me try. This bad. I haven't powered this damn battery on in years, bro. But yeah, my battery, no, my gimbal got crushed in my book bag, so it's loose right here. It was dumb. I was putting it in my actual camera bag without the case and stuff, so it got crushed by my lenses. But yeah, I just need to get it fixed. I always said, man, I'm gonna get my drone fixed. But when I started seeing people overdoing it, like they be spamming the drone, it just kind of made me lose the love for it. Like I just feel like every time people get a drone, they just is always opening up every scene with it. It's just so predictable. I was like, man, I kind of got tired of it. So I was like, you know what? I ain't gonna get that shit fixed. What good you broke it? No fines. See, that's messed up, bro. Good I broke it is crazy. But you know, this type of hate I get here. So you know, he's a prime example of, you know, somebody that's cool, but they're gonna hate on you a little bit, man. Yeah, saying it cool, good I broke it is crazy. But nah, you're right though. I can't get no fines with it broken, so I at least respect that part. But yeah, um, nah, you ain't get my batteries, bro. I refuse to give a hater my batteries, bro. That's just not, you know, hell no, that's crazy. It's like me helping your career and you trying to like, you know, you glad I broke my drone so you can get my batteries. That's crazy. Yeah. So I'll sell them to you though for way more than what they cost. But it's just you know, you gotta be a prime example at that point. So but yeah, man, shit. I don't know, man. I probably need to get my ass off of this, man. We've been on this shit for almost 2 hours. That's for 2 hours. That's crazy. Um, but yeah, FPV drones is yeah, I'm definitely attached, bro. Matter of fact, that's what we're gonna do tonight. I'm gonna do a live critique session. That's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna have the night set up. Um, yeah, that's what I'll do for y'all. We're gonna do a live critique session. I'll watch the B Nicole video again. Um, hopefully y'all checked out Caesar's work. I know I kind of like hopefully I ain't come off like a fanboy type shit. I don't be on that. But I just truly I truly like giving people grace and, you know, showing respect to other people I think is dope. And if I say it, y'all know I'm not bullshitting. Like I don't stand behind bullshit. So if I say a person is really good at what they doing, I truly mean it. Like I honestly when I see his content, I be like, damn, like I need my shit to look like this sometimes. I still say that. You know what I'm saying? So anybody that can still kind of like fascinate me with their work, I truly be liking to let that be known. You know what I'm saying? Um, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and start with From the Dirt first, just because he literally is telling me not to do it. I'm kind of hard headed, so if he tell me not to do something, I usually do the opposite. So yeah, he'll be the first person I critique. We'll see what this certified drone footage look like. If it's not fascinating in the first like 2 or 3 seconds, I'm literally gonna block him. So that way we ain't gotta worry about that no more. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it said I got a DJI Avata. Is that how you say it? The first one is pretty fun. Just don't use that much. I remember my boy pulled up with that shit, and he pissed me off because he was just like this on some. He just thought he was too futuristic, and it's like, bro, the footage I'm seeing for this is not fascinating me. Like all this dizzy flipping around drone shit, I'm good on that. But he also didn't know what the hell he was doing with it, so I blame him for like ruining the experience for the FPV shit for me because it was my first time seeing somebody do it. I'm like, oh shit, but you about to do the FPV drone, and it's like, yeah, yeah. I instantly was just like, yeah, this shit sucks. But yeah, he ruined it for them. He messed up their marketing. I will say that. Cause I was thinking about getting the LPV drone, and then I just said I'm gonna just F the PV drone. So I was just like, fuck it. Yeah. That's kind of how that went. So he's the reason why I didn't get it. And yeah, so I mean, it's a lot of people collectively that made me hate a lot of equipment. Um, yeah. And some people they literally sealed the deal for me. And he's one of those that just told me, yeah, this ain't for me. Like I'm not as nerdy as I thought, but not into this camera shit. Yeah, you caught on to the wordplay there, but yeah, just F the PV, that's how I feel about it. And that's my true statement. This is Primate Till, and I approve this message. F the PV drone, is where I'm at. So it won't happen. If you ever see me find a drone, this and that, it's AI. It ain't me. AI's getting great. I'm not finding no drones no more. Um, yeah, shit. I don't think that's gonna fly around me is time. Time does fly. All that certified drone shit. I just think that's just people who are literally taking life too serious to me. It's just like I don't know. I don't like that. You're too serious to me, bro. It's way too serious. I have a kid, that so it's like how much of an asshole you gotta be for somebody to offer drone services and you just deny them. It's like, bro, that's crazy. But yeah, man, you say you don't need handle work though. So it's like, how does that work? You feel me? Oh man, I'm probably gonna tell y'all this story and I'm gonna end this shit with this, bro. So the reason why I guess my drone breaking doesn't really bother me because I remember I broke my first drone. Y'all remember the big white shit that had what was the drone what was those called? Damn, I can't remember them now. They was the first like set of drones, the ones that had the little just big as hell, the big white ones, the Phantom. Oh my god, bro! I really crashed my shit listening to my dad, bro. I was so pissed off, bro. And I ain't gonna lie, a female I was talking to at the time, she bought me the shit. I ain't gonna cap. You know what I'm saying? Um, yeah, but it was crazy. But I literally had this shit for probably not even 3 weeks. And my dad, he told me, bro, you got the drone, boy. Yeah, we finna fly this shit. It's funny because at the time, me and my dad was trying to learn how to shoot videos and shit, right? So this shit, it made me laugh because I remember I was so mad at his ass. His reaction to it pissed me off more. But this motherfucker here, he gonna tell me, yeah, but hey, you got that drone, bro. We need to go downtown, shoot a video with that motherfucker, this and that. So me listening to his ass, listen to a person that was scared to hold a controller. I tried to teach him how to fly the drone. This motherfucker didn't even want to hold the controller. That's how scared he was that he would break it. So it's like, why would I listen to anything he give me, like any advice that he's giving me on how to fly if you scared of it? So we went to somewhere downtown, and he was like had me shooting a video for him basically, cause my dad he was trying to rap and shit back then. I'm glad that's over with, whatever. But he told me, yeah, bro, we got there. He said, but that shit a little hard. You need to do a scene where you pull when you pull the camera back and you go up into the sky. I want that shit to end like that. So I was like, shit, I don't really trust that because there's a lot of trees and shit right here, right? Tell me why I listened to his ass, and as soon as I started going back, This motherfucker hit the tree. That bitch started flipping and spinning around, and that shit hit the ground and cracked and just shattered. It just broke all over the place, bro. And he told me, "Why the hell you do that shit, bro?" He said, "Man, you gotta pay attention." I said, "You." I was like, bro, I had to really catch myself. Like, I just broke a $700 drone listening to your ass, and all you got to say is, "Why the hell you gotta watch out where you going, bro? You gotta look at the trees and shit." And I'm like, bro, I was telling you that. You know what I'm saying? So he pissed me off because he was so nonchalant. It made it seem like, bro, it's your fault why that shit broke. But it's like, bro, you the one in my ear keep telling me like, get this damn shot, and I try to listen to you, but something in my intuition told me like, well, my discernment told me not to do that shit. You feel me? So I was just like, I don't trust it. He told me, man, you gonna be good, but that motherfucker ain't gonna hit them trees. As soon as it hit it, he on my in my ear to my man, you should have. I told you, man, you need to watch them damn trees and shit. I'm like, this nigga ain't shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? My dad ain't shit for that. I'll be the one to say it. And he ain't offered to put no money up to help me get the shit back. He just like, damn, bro, that's fucked up, bro. I hate a that's fucked up type person when some shit break. If you ain't gonna help fix the solution, you ain't got no way to fix the problem, then stay the hell away from me. Cause all you gonna do is you keep like, damn, bro, I wish you would have, all that shit. I don't want to hear that. That makes me mad, bro. And he does a great job at it for sure. But yeah, man, that shit had fucked up, man. I literally broke that motherfucker. Oh, I remember I remember I had this too. That's crazy, bro. Because you could take the camera off and make it into like a handheld gimbal. Now that was like next level shit. Like that drone, you could literally make it go. You could take it from a drone to an actual handheld gimbal, and they was ahead of their time with it. But that shit was like a spaceship. It was big as hell. But the problem with those drones back then, they had bad like connection problems. Like they used to lose service, and then the crazy thing is, if your drone lose signal, the screen just goes like blacks out. So I used to be like terrified with those shit. Like, and it's like if I don't know. I don't know what used to make it cut out, but yeah, my drone used to literally the screen used to just cut out with that Phantom. So I said, oh hell no. But when I hit that damn tree, bro, my whole life was just it just broke right in front of me. I mean, he just told us, damn, bro, I told you, you gotta pay attention, bro. You gotta be paying attention when you be flying that drone, man. I'm like, man, you don't leave me the hell alone. Like, you the reason why the shit broke. But that shit was funny though. So yeah, man. He said, "No, I was by myself trying to drive and fly a drone, not the business at all." He said, "Man, I've tried to have check my car while I was driving and it track other cars passing by. Damn." Oh yeah, that ain't too bad. At least your drone didn't break. You know what I'm saying? So yep, I have had the handheld gimbal from the unique. I think how you say it. It still works. The drone not so much. I need to use that. But I don't know, man. You just a you're a real drone guy. I see that. Uh Say don't think you got any editing done today. Yeah, I ain't man. I ain't get no editing done. But I kind of be need I ain't gonna say I need a break, but I need to tell myself it's okay to take a break from it sometime. I be editing every single day. I don't take days off. So to go 2 days without editing anything, it seems kind of weird, but I know my brain really appreciates that uh for sure. So it get like that though, you know what I'm saying? When you are in the system of doing something every day, it just starts to feel strange when you don't. But I know I'm done wasting y'all time, man. I appreciate y'all for tapping in as always. You know, I'm gonna say that every time. But yeah, just there's a few things I want y'all to take from this live stream. Don't let people, what I'm saying, steer you away from your purpose. You know what I'm saying? Stay focused on and locked in on what you got going on. Don't give a fuck what people got to say outside of that. Next thing is stay away from wrestling if it requires people like Rikishi. You know what I'm saying? Stay away from bonnets. Just stay away from the dirt up completely. Yeah. Just also, you know what I'm saying, if you got ideas, don't wait on the right time. It's never that. You know what I'm saying? It's always the right time to start doing whatever you're doing. It's never the right time to put it to the world and shit like that. Like, snap yourself out of that. You know what I'm saying? If you got ideas, act on that shit today because you ain't promised tomorrow. Yeah. And lastly, just continue to be you unapologetically. Like, don't think twice about anything that you come up with, because I promise you, it's somebody that's gonna understand it. It's somebody out here that speaks the same language you speak, whether they understand it or not. And I know this for a fact because um, and like I said, you know, that statement I really appreciate it because it just helps me. Like I said, I see everybody's not gonna understand your angle or direction on shit, but somehow they'll still stick around because you still benefit them in some type of way. So, yeah, that's where I'm at with it. So, with that being said, man, I'm gonna hop off of this. I will do a live critique session later. Me and my son will critique it. He will say it's trash if it's trash. I'm gonna say this and it's gonna have y'all laughing before y'all leave. But my son said something that really hurt my feelings yesterday. For the first time. What's going on? What's up? Um, but before I was going to play basketball yesterday, my son said something to me before I even left. He said, "Dad, you so trash." When I tell y'all, bro, I couldn't breathe. I was crying laughing at that because it's like, how you 4 years old and you know how to say shit like this already? He said, "Dad, you so trash," and walked off. And I'm just like, damn, if I'm supposed to go to this court and feel like I'm really that guy, I don't think that's possible because my 4-year-old just told me I'm so trash. And he's saying this as I'm getting dressed to go. So it's like he didn't even give it a chance. Like he just already knows what's about to happen. Um, but yeah, he said you so trash. That shit hurt. It was funny as hell, but I'm like, damn, he's really an asshole for real. Like he's really that. Like, but no, he's raised by one. So it is what it is. He's literally mimicking what he see me doing, so I get it. And I this might sound strange, but I like that my son is able to like talk like that sometimes because it just shows me he gonna have tough skin as well. Like a lot of the shit that these kids say to try to hurt his feelings, he gonna be like, man, this ain't nothing. Like me and my dad, we be talking about everything. So it's just funny. But yeah, he didn't give me a chance to change the narrative, and he laughed as he said it. So it's like it made his day to say it. Like it's like he couldn't wait to let me know that he feel like I'm trash. And I was like, damn. But yeah, to have a 4-year-old call you trash, you got a lot of work. You got a lot of work to do. So with that being said, I need to actually get off and get some work done. So I'll see y'all later, man. If not, peace out. I love y'all. And yeah, hopefully I catch y'all next time. Until then, you know what I'm saying? If y'all don't tap back in, make sure y'all create some dope shit. I'm be looking out for it. Peace.